Archangel Michael says, something happened in the quiet of the night that the world didn't see. A heart cried in silence, hiding behind the curtain of darkness, afraid to admit the weight of what they know. They spent the night gripping the edge of their bed, shaking with sobs because they cannot bring themselves to tell you the truth you deserve. This person walks among others like nothing is wrong, but inside, they are screaming your name in sorrow. They wish they could speak, but they're paralyzed by guilt and fear of what the truth might do to your soul. Every minute that passes, they feel the truth growing heavier, more unbearable. They are afraid that if they speak, your entire world will shift in ways no one can undo. They fear your light will dim, your trust will shatter, and your heart will never be the same. So instead, they bury it, trying to swallow the storm inside. But that storm cannot stay hidden forever. It builds, it howls, it waits for the moment it will break free whether they want it to or not. The secret they're holding is bigger than you could ever imagine. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They didn't sleep last night, not because they didn't want to, but because they couldn't. Every time they closed their eyes, they saw your face, innocent and unknowing, and they felt like a monster. They clutched their pillow, hoping it would somehow squeeze out the pain trapped in their chest. Archangel Michael says, even heaven is disturbed by this silence. The angels gathered, watching the night unfold, feeling the energy shift in your direction without you realizing it. There's a crack in your timeline, and something sacred is leaking through it. The truth is not something evil, it's something devastating. It's something that should have been told the moment it happened, but it was buried, covered, concealed in shame. And now, after all this time, it threatens to explode. They know if you ever find out the wrong way, everything will be destroyed. That's why they keep their mouth shut, trying to figure out how to confess something they believe will break you. Type Amen to get blessing 744. Their hands shook as they scrolled through your old messages. They wanted to type out a confession but deleted it every time they finished. The words are too heavy to send, and they fear the look on your face when you read it. They remember the day it happened, like a cursed replay in their mind. They didn't mean to do what they did, but their silence after, their decision not to tell you, is what haunts them most. That was the moment they sealed their fate in guilt. They've watched you smile lately, unaware of the storm cloud they carry behind their back. And each time you laugh, it cuts deeper, because they know they don't deserve your light. They are drowning in regret while pretending to float. Your life is moving forward, and you don't see the shadow following behind it. The person hiding the truth is someone close, someone you never expect. And what they know, it's not just a mistake. It's a secret that could burn bridges forever. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The day it all began wasn't loud, it was quiet. Just a whisper of a decision, a tiny shift in direction, a lie told to protect, or so they thought. But that whisper became a roar in their conscience. Archangel Michael says, the divine realm has tried again and again to push them to speak. They've been shown dreams, signs, and even near misses meant to nudge them toward confession. But they ignore it, scared you'll never forgive them. What they did involved someone else too. A person you know. A name you trust. And that's why the truth is so dangerous. It's not just betrayal, it's layers of it. Intertwined with people who were supposed to protect you. This isn't about money or gossip or mistake, it's about your peace, your history, and something that will redefine what you thought was true. The person who cried last night is on the verge of collapsing under their own secrets. Type Amen to get blessing 117. They've kept a box with proof. A real, physical box, letters, documents, recordings. Things they've been too scared to throw away, and even more terrified to show you. But Archangel Michael says the time of hiding is collapsing. There's a date that keeps haunting them. A day that changed everything, and it's coming again soon. Each year when it arrives, they become sick with dread because it marks the moment they crossed the line. Their biggest fear is not your anger, it's your silence. If you look at them one day and walk away without saying a word, they know they will never forgive themselves. That's the punishment they fear more than anything. They cried last night because they saw your face in their dreams, holding the truth in your hands, with tears falling silently down your cheeks. That vision broke them. It reminded them of what they've been trying to avoid. Type Amen to get blessing 898. There's another layer you don't know. This secret touches your family, your childhood, and something you believed was solid. But it wasn't. Someone rewrote your story behind your back. The truth is about something lost, something stolen. Something that should have belonged to you, but someone else took it, and they knew. And they let it happen because they were too scared to stop it. It could be land. It could be a name. It could be a promise someone made about your future and broke without your knowledge. Whatever it is, it's something sacred. Archangel Michael says the longer they wait, the worse it will be. But they are frozen in fear, hoping a miracle will fix it without them speaking. But silence is its own form of betrayal. Type Amen to get blessing 629. They're afraid of the moment they have to look you in the eye and explain everything. They know once it's out, they'll either lose you forever, or lose the version of you that trusts them. Either way, something sacred will be gone. They watched you today, standing in the light, surrounded by others, and thought, how can someone carry so much light and still be this blind to darkness around them? That thought shattered them. Because they realized how deep their betrayal runs. They want to beg for forgiveness before the truth even reaches your ears. They want to undo what's been done. But the past can't be erased. And the future, that's the part they fear they've poisoned. Archangel Michael says a truth untold becomes a curse. And this curse is growing, wrapping around their life like a vine. If they don't come forward, something much worse will reveal it for them. Type Amen to get blessing 444. They didn't plan this betrayal. It wasn't something crafted with malice. It was weakness that led to secrecy. A moment of failure that turned into a lifetime of fear. There is someone they trusted who pushed them into silence. A manipulator behind the scenes who convinced them to keep quiet, to protect you with lies. But lies rot everything they touch. That person is still nearby. Still in contact with your world. They smile when you walk in. But behind that smile is a hidden satisfaction that the truth has stayed buried this long. Archangel Michael says the curtain is about to fall. And when it does, everything hidden will be exposed. The time of pretending is almost over, whether they're ready or not. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. You've probably felt it. That tension in the air. That unexplained heaviness. That's not your imagination. That's the vibration of truth preparing to erupt into your life. Your dreams may have started giving you clues. A face keeps reappearing. A moment you don't understand keeps repeating. That's not random, that's your spirit trying to prepare you. The truth is not only painful, it's deep. Generational. Twisted through bloodlines and trust. It began long ago, and now it's reaching for you, demanding your attention. You may not want to hear it, but you must. Because once you know, you will finally understand the strange events that never made sense. You will see clearly, maybe for the first time. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. They're rehearsing the confession even now. Thinking of how to say it. Wondering how to begin. But every sentence they imagine sounds like a bomb. So they stay silent, trembling in guilt. There's a document with your name on it. One they were supposed to give you but never did. That paper changes everything. And they've kept it hidden for years. The tears they cried last night weren't only for regret. They were for the future they stole from you without meaning to. They know they need to give it back, but they don't know how. Archangel Michael says you are stronger than you know. When the truth comes, you will not be destroyed, you will be delivered. This pain will shape you into power. Type Amen to get blessing 777. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They know the moment of revelation is nearing. There's a ticking clock echoing in their heart, and it gets louder with each passing day. They cannot escape it anymore, not even through tears, silence, or sleep. The person behind this sorrowful truth has considered running. Disappearing. Vanishing into a new city to avoid facing you. But something, divine, powerful, is holding them in place, demanding they confront what they've done. Archangel Michael says the reason they haven't vanished is because your soul has a gravitational pull. It brings justice close. It brings truth forward. It brings even cowards to their knees. And now they stand at the edge of a choice: reveal everything and risk losing you, or stay quiet and lose themselves forever. The pain of silence has now become heavier than the fear of your reaction. Type Amen to get blessing 000. They remember your kindness like a curse now. Every memory with you feels sacred, yet poisoned by their secret. They remember the meals you shared, the way you listened, the warmth of your laughter, never knowing the depth of what was being hidden from you. They didn't mean to fall this far. It started with a moment of weakness, and now it's an avalanche of guilt. Their cries weren't just from fear, they were from shame. One of the things they can't admit is how close you were to finding out on your own. You almost discovered it months ago. But someone covered the trail. A friend or family member distracted you, not knowing what they were protecting. Archangel Michael says the truth is about to rise through your environment. You may stumble upon it, or someone may slip up. But what's buried cannot remain so forever, divine justice ensures it. Type Amen to get blessing 147. There is a photo, a message, a name, or an object that will soon come into your possession. When you see it, it will click. Your intuition will recognize it before your mind can explain it. That's how close the truth is. The person in hiding is beginning to write a letter. They don't have the courage to say it aloud, so they are trying to put it on paper. But even then, they tear it up halfway, sobbing. They can't breathe properly when they think of your face after the truth reaches you. Not because you will hurt them, but because they know they hurt the one person who least deserved it. You. They tried to confess before. Once. You didn't know it. They were standing in front of you, opening their mouth, but something stopped them, a memory, a fear, a voice whispering, "Not now." Type Amen to get blessing 292. But, "not now," has become, too late. The time has run out. A force from beyond is now moving things behind the scenes. Clocks are shifting. Timelines are bending. The revelation is set in motion. Archangel Michael says your soul has called for this truth to be exposed, not out of vengeance, but to free you from invisible chains. You were kept in darkness, but the dawn is coming, ready or not. This isn't just about one person. There are more involved. Layers of people who said nothing. Each one carries guilt, though some hide it better than others. You may start receiving strange behavior from those around you. One may avoid your gaze. One may suddenly overcompensate with kindness. Watch closely. These are signs that truth is leaking. Type Amen to get blessing 511. You deserve to know what was kept from you. You deserve to rebuild your life on truth, not manipulation. Even if the truth is painful, it's yours. And no one has the right to withhold what belongs to you. The person who cried all night is on the edge. Not just of confession, but of personal collapse. They are being torn from within, and you may see it in their face soon. Their energy will shift. Their mask will crack. They cannot keep pretending. Their body is giving out. Stress, sickness, panic attacks. It's all manifesting. Because truth will always find a way to be told, through voice or through consequence. Archangel Michael says this breakdown is not random. It is a spiritual consequence. The soul cannot carry such weight without surrendering to divine justice. Type Amen to get blessing 369. You may wonder why this truth has taken so long. It's because time needed to align. You needed to be strong enough to hold it, and they needed to break enough to admit it. What was hidden affects more than you. It affects inheritance, decisions, relationships, even how you see yourself. You were told a story, beautiful, but edited. The missing pieces are finally on their way. And when it comes, you'll cry, but not out of pain alone. You'll cry from release. From finally knowing what your spirit always sensed but could never prove. The person who weeps now is asking for strength. They have written your name in their prayers, begging the universe to help you forgive them once it all spills out. Type Amen to get blessing 828. They are afraid that you'll hate them. That you'll walk away and never turn back. And even worse, that you'll trust no one again. That fear is killing them faster than the truth ever could. But Archangel Michael says, if you can handle what's coming with strength, you will be freed forever. A chapter will close. A cycle will end. You will rise from this, not broken, but reborn. The nights of crying will continue until they speak. But the pressure is building. You may receive a call, or a note, or an unexpected meeting very soon. Be ready. Stay centered. Something about your past, your foundation, even your family, is about to change. And the person who cried last night will be the key. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. There may be a financial truth buried in this. Money that was meant for you. A document that was forged. A signature that was fake. And they knew, but didn't stop it. Someone else may be controlling something in your name. A property, an account, a legacy. The person who cried knew, and they kept it quiet, afraid it would turn your world upside down. But that silence is ending. Archangel Michael is bringing the hidden into the light. You will see what was meant for you, and you will reclaim it. Do not fear the days ahead. They may sting, but they will also purify. This is a spiritual cleansing, and you are protected as you walk through it. Type Amen to get blessing 717. The guilt has taken a toll. You may notice this person growing pale, tired, shaky. Their energy has changed. That's the toll of hiding truth for too long. You are powerful. You are chosen. And that's why this truth had to be delayed, because your heart had to grow first. Now it has. You are ready. Expect disruption soon. A conversation out of nowhere. A person you never expected may show up with a trembling voice. Listen closely. Behind their words will be years of buried regret. The person who spent last night crying has almost reached their moment. Whether through their words or another's, the revelation will arrive. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. The storm may arrive in silence. Not a bang, but a whisper. A text. A photo. A memory someone finally admits. But that whisper will echo for the rest of your life. Archangel Michael says, do not resist the change that follows. Let the truth break the illusion. Let the truth set you on the path to wholeness. This person may not deserve your forgiveness, but you deserve your peace. So whatever choice you make, do it for your soul. Not for their comfort. When you finally look them in the eye, you'll feel something ancient inside you rise, a knowing. And in that moment, you will become untouchable. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Their cries will not undo what was done. But their tears are an offering. A desperate plea for mercy. And heaven sees it, but justice still must flow. You are walking into a sacred turning point. And though it may be painful, it will also be powerful. You will rise, and those who kept you in darkness will watch the divine favor shine upon you. The truth will be delivered. The secret will collapse. The pain will pass. And your power will return, multiplied. They cried last night not because they hate you, but because they know you deserved so much better. And that truth is what haunts them most. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Archangel Michael says, the tears they shed are soaked in the memory of all the chances they had to tell you, and didn't. They think of the birthdays they smiled through, the phone calls where they faked laughter, knowing deep down they were hiding something sacred from you. Their silence wasn't peace, it was poison. The person who spent last night in anguish is now trembling, every day closer to the edge. They feel your energy growing sharper, more intuitive, like your spirit is preparing for the truth. You may already feel the unease, the chills, the headaches, the odd moments of déjà vu. Those are signs. Your soul is receiving signals. They fear the day you no longer need them. Because once this secret is exposed, you might choose distance. You might choose solitude. And that loss is something they dread more than judgment. You were never supposed to carry this burden. It was meant to be handled long ago. But their cowardice prolonged your blindness. Their selfishness built your delay. Type Amen to get blessing 383. In the coming days, objects may feel charged. You may walk past a drawer, a box, or a locked case and feel a strange pull. Follow it. The truth has energy, and your body is beginning to recognize it before your mind can catch up. They almost said it last week. Their lips parted. But then they smiled instead, masking fear with false calm. You didn't notice, but heaven did. They wrote a note. Folded it. Then burned it. The ashes still sit in a metal dish, untouched, as if the guilt lives in the smoke. But the words they wrote are still in their heart, and those words will not stay buried. Archangel Michael says what's coming isn't meant to destroy you, it's meant to reintroduce you to the power of your true self. Because the moment this secret breaks, so will the illusion they created around you. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. You will begin to remember things you didn't know were connected. Phrases they said. A trip they cancelled. A strange reaction they had to someone's name. The puzzle is forming, piece by piece. They may come to you soon and say, "Can we talk?" You'll feel their energy shift before they even say a word. That trembling in their voice will be the beginning of the end of their silence. You might feel anger first. Or betrayal. Or just a silence that cuts through the soul. But beyond that, you will feel something sacred rising. A voice inside that says, "Now I know. Now I am free." And with that truth, your future will realign. Doors that were once locked will swing open. Blessings that were delayed will flood toward you. Type Amen to get blessing 505. They have tried everything to keep it buried. They avoided certain people. Hid old papers. Even destroyed digital traces. But what they don't know is that the universe has a backup plan, and it's already unfolding. There's someone else who knows. Someone watching. Someone silent, for now. But that person is reaching a breaking point too. And they may speak before the one who cried ever does. Archangel Michael says this story doesn't end in destruction, it ends in transformation. The pain you feel will be a portal to a new identity, one not shaped by lies but by divine alignment. You will not fall. You will not break. You will rise, cloaked in truth and surrounded by divine warriors who have been waiting for you to reclaim your rightful clarity. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. They fear that when this truth explodes, everything you believed about your life will shift. And in some ways, it will. But that shift is your liberation. Not your collapse. There's money involved. Or land. Or a legacy with your name that was altered or redirected. And someone, this person who cried last night, played a role in that betrayal, knowingly or unknowingly. They may have convinced themselves they were protecting you. That it was for your own good. But Archangel Michael sees through excuses. What was yours was taken, and justice must now be restored. They will resist at first. Try to say, it wasn't their fault. But the truth doesn't care about convenience. It only answers to light. Type Amen to get blessing 303. There's someone older who influenced them. A woman, perhaps, a relative or friend, who persuaded them to stay quiet. That woman still has power over them. But not for much longer. Because your energy is awakening. Your light is burning brighter. And every day, it becomes harder for lies to live near you. They are seeing signs too. Songs that remind them of you. Dreams where you cry, or worse, where you walk away. These are not imagination. They are spiritual warnings. Archangel Michael says the clock is out of time. And in this final moment, the only path forward is truth. No matter how messy. No matter how painful. Type Amen to get blessing 1441. You may notice sudden confessions from others in your life. People apologizing for things you didn't know they did. That's not coincidence. That's a cleansing wave triggered by your timeline realigning. The tears they cried were not just for what they did, but for what they destroyed in you without you knowing. They wept because you smiled through pain they caused. They wept because your kindness haunted them. They prayed, hoping the divine would fix it without exposure. But heaven is not a hiding place for liars. Heaven is where truth lives. And now, it's knocking at their door. Archangel Michael says this secret is the key that will unlock the next phase of your life. Once it's out, your elevation will be undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 727. The person who cried knows it's too late to erase what happened. But not too late to speak. They may be writing to you right now. A letter. A message. A voice note. Something that will arrive soon. You will feel it. The moment it comes, your body will respond. Goosebumps. A flutter in your chest. Silence will wrap around you as the truth enters your atmosphere. And after the pain settles, you will be changed. Wiser. Stronger. Clearer. And unstoppable. Because truth doesn't just reveal. It redeems. It frees. It purifies. Type Amen to get blessing 646. Your ancestors are watching. Your angels are near. The divine realm is ready to embrace you through this revelation. You are not alone, not now, not ever.